mountain where I climbed, the valley where I fell. You were there all alone. That's the story I'll tell. You brought the pieces together, made me the storyteller. Now I know it is well, it is well. That's the story I'll tell. I'll tell, yeah. Black girls from Atlanta, our mom gave us cowboy boots and our granddad gave us acoustic guitars when we were teenagers. So it's like, it's this weird, it's like, you know, it's like we grew up like listening to like gospel music and like just all kinds of really interesting but like positive, clean, kid-friendly music because our parents were really about that. Well, we just mix it all together and it comes out.
Well, and you'll see it on the shows. Meaning, I'd love to have them do something right now, which we'll have to do. But you see on a couple of shows, clearly, again, to what we were just speaking about with Team Red, not everything is shown of every episode because there's thousands of hours of footage. But we have them just sometimes in the car, they're doing certain things. There is an incredible moment on one of the episodes that does relate, well, on many episodes, with their relatives. They're just like, whoa, their relative does this, whoa, their relative does this. And there are these moments that they are able to share what they do so well with relatives, and they've never known these relatives, never met them before, and it's just like they're just alive, just like boom. And that's what's cool. That's what's cool. And Jamie does an incredible Dan impersonation. And it's on the show. It's on the show. She does it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Thanks, appreciate it.
No, do
Want me to do the Dan impersonation? Okay. So basically, I would get really insecure if we were like a little nervous about our route or something like that, and I was like in my head, I'm like, I can just hear Dan already, like, you know, if we make a wrong turn or if I make a weird face, I can just hear Dan going, "No, Team Green thinks they're going the right way, but they're in for a surprise because this is relative race." That's all I got. I don't even know how accurate it is. I just really enjoy it.
Good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
She would just pop out with that when sitting in the car. Like, it actually felt like you were narrating.
That is one time that they did come to the office while they're ready and said, "Dan, you have to sign off." And I said, "What?" I said, I don't want to see it. They said, "No, you have to go see it." I said, "Okay," and they go, we think that this is really good." And they show, and it's her doing me in the car, and I went, "That's awesome!" They said, "Oh, so you're okay with keeping it?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "That is good."
I had watched so much of the show at that point, like literally, like I would go to bed, like because I obsessed over the show before we left, probably too much. I already
She
watched
has like
it.
a binder full of notes that she took with us on the road, like season 1, Team Black, they did this.
And I'd already watched the show, but then I went back and obsessed over it before we left. So like I would go to bed at night, in my head I would hear, "Team Black takes the wrong turn yet again." And so I was like, so this is stuck in my brain. Sorry. Our favorites from season 1 and season 2. I'm so bad. Joker. I know that's such like so cliche because he came back, but like he was so cool and like his story just like meant a lot to us. I don't know. I think also from the second season, Brittany and I can't remember her husband's name, but just Team Green. Like we were partial to them because they were Team Green, but also because their jobs were so similar to ours. Like they're YouTubers and they're influencers and they're in the public eye. So it was good for us to watch them and kind of take a lot of notes from them. We really enjoyed a lot of those seasons. We watched a lot with our family and then by ourselves, and then I watched every episode like 80 times.
And I know what prompted you to apply to try out?
Yeah, you wanna...
Yeah, well, actually, we heard about it, and it reached out to us, and we were both kind of like, we don't know what it is, but Jamie...
We reached out to them.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
be clear, we reached out to them.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
reached
so
out
they
to
reached
them
out.
because we reached out to them. So this is a very unusual situation. We don't reach out to people. We reach out to them because we had heard so many good things about them, and we were looking for a dynamic that was not a married couple. And so we heard about these really talented sisters and once we saw a little video, so it was us. We reached out to them first, and they were kind enough to reply back. So,
Yeah. And we got the email, and like I didn't really know, like I was a little nervous because I'm like, okay, like what's this thing? They drive across the country, like we're relatives, like we already know our relatives, like we don't need to do the show. And we were like, let's just do it because they seem really nice and the show looks cool. And then that was our biggest thing. We just kept telling them we don't know who you're gonna find because we know our family, and they were just like, trust us, like just if you trust us, we will not let you down. And yeah, our parents were like, how did we thought we knew everything? We're
Yeah,
like,
that was one of the most exciting parts, was getting to come back to our parents. We were very close to our parents, and just getting able to tell them some things that they didn't know, and they were able to pass that on to other family members. And I'm definitely an introvert at heart, so I mean just naturally, so I was even more skeptical than she was. I was like, me on a reality show, like this is not what I'm called to do. I know it's not. But when I found out what the show was about, like the researcher in me, like the part that's always wanted to put those pieces together in our story and our family, like that motivated me to like get out of my comfort zone. And I'm so glad we did it. So yeah.
she is like a very protective mother to her sister, and I was really touched by that. We had a moment on the race where I get it. I got it. I got the whole thing. She is protecting her sister. I'm trying to protect the show while protecting them. I'm saying, trust me. And she's like, and I get it. Her point is, no, this is my sister. And I'm like going, I know. She's like, no, you don't. And I was just, this was off camera. And I was just so impressed by this fierce bond between the two of them. And it comes out in the show. These two love each other. They protect each other. They're there for each other. And it's really a cool journey. And we really appreciate the fact that you guys would respond and come be on the show. And we hope that you found it to be really good. We hope that you found it really rewarding.
oh my goodness, yeah, this has been the most rewarding thing ever. We kind of like, I was just like so nervous talking about this because we don't want to spoil anything. We're just like, ugh. But like at the same time, someone was asking me earlier, I was like, am I allowed to say that we still keep in touch with our relatives after? And they were like, yes. And that's all I'll say because I don't want to go too much, but I cannot express how rewarding this show was for us. Like, I mean, yeah, it was amazing.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always loved books, and like for us, for fun, growing up was going to the library. Like we were those kids. We just loved to read, and I just really wanted to learn more about my family. And when I learned about family trees, I thought that was really fascinating. But just being African American, like you quickly learn that there are some limits there, and there are some obstacles and hurdles. And we were just, and it just made me so discouraged. Just being honest, like I literally spent my entire childhood and even into college thinking, I can never know. It's impossible. Like, there's no birth records and all these things. And all I can say is that I thought I was smart. The relative race, they got me good. Like, not that I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's a gotcha show. Like,
No,
but
it's a gotcha show.
it was so comforting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was definitely. It was so comforting because it was just done in such a graceful way, and just the research is just so impressive and so just valuable to us. And like, honestly, it's so funny. Like, people will always try to pull you to the side and be like, how was it really? I'm like, no, really, it was awesome. So we honestly, that made it all worth it to us. Something that we never thought would be possible.
Yeah.
And with that, we just hope to encourage, other people who are other African Americans who may be feeling that way too. It's like, we just hope that they can watch us, two black girls from Atlanta, like navigate through this and like, hey, like there's more out there that you can learn too.
Right. Yeah. Like one, I don't even know if we told you this, but like one of the first things we did when we got home was we called up our friends that were maybe adopted or maybe don't know their grandparents, and we told, I will say, at least 6 people personally to apply for the show, because we were so overwhelmed by all the good. I mean, her husband, one of my like close friends that I grew up with, her mom was adopted, and they don't know a lot about it. So that was one of the first things we did when we got home. We started calling people, and we were like, okay, we tested it. It works. You gotta go. Because there are challenges and it is difficult, but so the reward at the end of the day when you like walk through that door, you're just like, okay, cool, we go. Yeah, Stephanie, our producer, she traveled with us, and one really cool thing about Relative Race, just random thought if anybody was wondering this. I don't know how it was for all the other teams, but I can definitely say we lucked out with the people that we traveled with. Like, Stephanie, like, literally became like a third sister to us, like, to the point where we're like, can we go visit your house? Like, I mean, like, she was, it was so great because it is difficult on the road, being away from your family, even though you're meeting new family, but like having them on the road and you like develop inside jokes and stuff with them, like, and they become your people. It's a really cool experience from that side of things. But it definitely did make us a lot closer. Like, I don't want to sound like spoiled or anything, but so at the time of filming the show, I had been single from age 0 to my like whole life, and Morgan had been married for like 7 years. And so for me, I was excited to get a little vacation with my sister, just the 2 of us. I was like, I love her husband, he's cool. But I was like, yes, just the girls. So I was excited to spend time with her and to like, by the way, I'm engaged now, but I was excited to like spend that time with her and like grow with her. And I could not have done the show with anyone else but her. I can definitely say that, but yeah.
I agree with that, but it's more so. I mean, I definitely the sentimental side, but just from like just a more lighthearted side too. It's just being an older sibling. Sometimes like you're used to kind of like taking the reins a little bit. So I was like, yeah, this is where I'm going to show. Like, I'm going to show who's boss here. Like, I know what to do. But what's funny is just that I ended up driving and Jamie ended up navigating, and just something I hadn't realized I had done as an older sister for years is like I kind of learned how to tune her out a little bit. And you can't really do that in Relative Race. Like, you've got to be in tune the entire time. So that was a very ugly experience for me. I kind of went into it like, I know what to do, like mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm gonna be the leader here. But there were times where like I really had to count on you.
I mean, I was definitely team captain.
And that was just weird. Like, I was like, this is not the birth order, like I'm the one in charge here. But there was I think siblings will enjoy watching our dynamic. So we're honored to be the first siblings on there. I think other siblings will enjoy watching us. And not because we're special or anything, but because we're absolutely crazy.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, I think siblings will watch us and be like, oh yeah, I'd do that, or oh, she's great. It's interesting being, like, not having our phones. Morgan almost lost her mind a couple times. I mean, she has a husband, so I get that too. Like, that's a totally different dynamic that I just didn't understand, but now I'm engaged, so I know everything. Yeah, I'm engaged. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. My hands just, my arm is hurting so bad. Oh, it's ridiculous. Hi, Erin. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, actually, when we got back from the race, I don't know if you know, when we got back from the race, I didn't use my phone for like a little bit, and it felt so good. Like, now I'll just like kind of leave my phone around sometimes. I kind of love it. Like, Relative Race made me a new woman. I don't use my phone.
When I got my phone back, I was like turning it on as we came to the TV.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I think for me, just the way I process thoughts is like through writing, and I've always been that way. So it's not even so much like I'm trying to get back to social media, but it's just to be able to have something that I can write and express myself. Like, that was hard, but I'm glad it pushed me in good ways.
Yeah. Oh, and like, here's a little fun tidbit. I hope this is okay. A little, not self-brag, like co-brag. But when I got home, I found out my album went like #1 on the iTunes charts, which my album came out while we were filming Relative Race. So I knew nothing about my music, nothing about anything that was going on with work. And then I turned my phone back
Their
on.
mom was
Yeah.
like, I have to call my daughter.
I need to talk to them.
And we were like,
Nope.
you can't.
So yeah, when she sent us off, she was like, good luck. And so when I got home, when I finally turned my phone on, I was just like, oh, work is doing great, cool. It was fun.
Were they comfortable cars?
Yeah, no, we really enjoyed the car.
I'm wondering because I
Yeah.
drove for 10 minutes.
No.
How you guys drove for 10 days?
No, they were great. We both started out driving like trucks and stuff because they're from Georgia, but yeah, but no, they're super great cars, super comfy. Yeah, it feels super safe and everything.
Yeah. Somebody send this to Hyundai.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now and say, hey, Hyundai.
Exactly.
All right, thank you guys.